Saturday, August 20th, 2022. Coming to Hartford, Michigan at the Van Buren Poorhouse Museum, it's Ghost-O-Rama. Ghost-O-Rama is a one-of-a-kind event. It's a paranormal meet and greet / flea market / Comic-Con, car show, and much, much more. There'll be paranormal groups, the Ghostbusters, the Mystery Machine, spooky vendors, live band, ghost tour, Jurassic Park, killer cars, food truck, disc jockey, historical museum, kid haunted house, and much more. Van Buren County Historical Museum. That's right, out at 58471 Red Arrow Highway, Hartford, Michigan, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's an outdoor market, which is free to the public. That's right, you heard me. It's open to the public. There'll be a museum tour, $5 per person. Also, from 9 to 11, a ghost tour, $20 per person. That's right, Ghost-O-Rama is hitting West Michigan, Saturday, August 20th, 2022, at the Hartford Van Buren Poorhouse Museum. This is sponsored by Southern Michigan Paranormal's UnrestrictedRadio.com, the Great Lakes Ghostbuster Coalition, How to Halloween, Frankenfest, and the Midwest Parahistorical Society.
Good morning, guys and gals, and welcome to the Friday, April 8th episode of Morning Coffee and Chat. What a night, what a night. I was awake every 2 hours last night. Don't know why. Woke up at 11:38 the first time. I and the wife both woke up at about 20 minutes after 1, and I finally got up at 3:05 and said, screw it, I am tired of playing these games. And I've been in here ever since trying to figure out what I'm going to do for this weekend's video. Got some great news yesterday. The Poorhouse Museum that we're going to be at for Ghost-O-Rama has approved our team going in next weekend and actually doing a pre-summer investigation, since the place has pretty much been closed down all winter long. Things seem to be a little bit more active right now. So we are going to go in Saturday night, the 16th, I believe, right? Let me check here real quick. Yes, the 16th. So a week from tomorrow night, we'll be going into the Van Buren Poorhouse Museum. As many of us as can get together to do it, we'll be doing a pre-summer investigation. So those of you that are making the trip up here for Ghost-O-Rama, you guys will know what you're in for several months before we get everybody in there for Ghost-O-Rama. So, and then of course we do have the Morris Performing Arts Center. Morning, Ty. The Morris Performing Arts Center coming up at the end of this month. We are going to be the very first investigative team in there to ever do the Morris. I mean, this is big league stuff, guys. This is the Midwest's largest open theater. I mean, this place seats almost 4,000 people. I think they've got 3 balconies in this place. At the back of the theater, of course, you've got the huge open stage where rock bands, country bands, opera singers, orchestras have been performing for almost 100 years. So we got that one. Of course, you know, we have the Morton House coming up over in the St. Joe area next month, sometime between Morris and Morton. We are going to go out and hit a couple of cemeteries, a couple of very popular, very active cemeteries. So the year is firing off finally. Yeehaw. No more sitting around the frickin' house, counting the cracks in the paint. Oh, let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Living History Mystery live stream show, Friday, April 8th. And here's the host of the show, Drew. Stephen, I might have to have you actually record your radio introduction and send it to me on Messenger or something, so I can put it at the beginning of the the intro and stuff. I think that'd be kind of cool. Let's see here. Just want to say thank you for the ones been supportive of the event of hell today. Yeah, guys. Prayers, well wishes, and everything with Ty today. Today is that big day with without going into too much detail, the legal side of everything that he's been going through for the last year with the kids. Today hopefully will be the last of it. So prayers and good thoughts and stuff with him. He's got a lot of good marks going for him. She has a lot of really bad stuff going for him. I guess it just depends on who in the county she's blowing. So we'll just have to yeah, I said that because that's the only way that's the only way that hoe gonna win. All there is to it. Slurp, slurp, slurp. But anyway, good luck. My pleasure, bud. Hey, Tactical, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing good this morning. Oh, don't forget, guys, tonight, 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have got Cassie and Molly from Oracles and Beyond as our guests. I need to get with Cassie today and find out if they want to do some card readings tonight, some cold readings and stuff during the stream. That's what they normally do on their stream on Sundays. And I've had them do me a couple times, and I will be completely honest with you, they are good. For never actually meeting each other, these guys are good. these girls, I was actually amazed the last one they done for me. They didn't even know about the blood clot or me falling and busting the concrete floor in the waiting room with the back of my head. They didn't know about any of that, and the card was talking about health and issues with the health and altering problems and just all kinds of stuff, and then started talking about the more positive side of things. It blew me away. And the few people that know what's been going on that was in the chat, they're like, oh my God, Drew. I'm like, I've got to get these girls on. So they will be on here tonight, and we will just see if they want to do some readings and stuff tonight. Let's see here. Santee, other big brother. Yeah, he's got to be the other big brother, man, because we're like that close in age. Santee's actually just a little older than I am, which really kind of disappoints me, because if I was the older one, he'd have to listen to me instead of me always listening to him. So looks like TikTok and YouTube are Gonna be active this morning. Sending love, hugs, prayers, good luck. Everyone is safe. I have coffee. Man, I'll tell you what, I made some extra strong coffee. Extra strong coffee this morning. Like I said, I went to bed about 9:30, and yeah, the cigarettes are disgusting, dude. These things are terrible. It's like having I don't even know what it's like. It's just, I mean, you know, I cut like that much off of it, almost equal to half the length of the cigarette is what I got to cut off of them to even taste them. And then it's kind of like sticking your head over a campfire and just inhaling. Takes more than one big brother to control me. You actually do pretty good. I've had to instruct you very little over the last year. Thank you, Santi. I appreciate that, bud. How about a straight jacket and a Girl Scout? I don't know about the Girl Scouts. I know I got in trouble when I was in the Boy Scouts for eating brownies. Sorry. Oh, man. You know, I asked the wife yesterday when I released that video. I said, yeah, Girl Scouts are tough. They will kick your ass. You are not joking about that. But I was talking to the wife yesterday, and I told her, I said, you know, I released the video. And you know, it seemed like people were really starting to like it. Then it just kind of petered off a little bit. And she actually suggested doing like some of the animated shows that are on TV, like Family Guy and stuff like that, finding the history cutouts and reviewing and just putting those together and commenting about the historical accuracy and stuff like that. And I was amazed how many of them that I actually found. So I'm thinking one day this week, I might have to do a little bit of a Family Guy history compilation, just for the giggles of it. I've got no straight in, try to steal their cookies. They go Rambo on you. Oh, wait a second. I use my radio introduction to introduce every host, guest star. It's like I introduce host, the history mystery, live stream show. I've got now a straight jacket once, but now it's even easier. Now I can pull both arms out of socket. More concerned that you were in one. Just give me a porn star. I bet she can keep me controlled. Thought you had a porn star. Friends with benefits star. She's a little hottie. I've seen her. Don't try to lie to everybody, Ty, because you know if I know, they're gonna know. So I mean, you know, beautiful smile, glowing eyes, smooth complexion, cute. Way to go there, Ralphie boy. Yeah, you know there's no script. My God, man. In the chat so far, we got Santi, Tactical Bud, Kentucky Girl, Jersey Red, Candy, and Tyler, and Steven. Yeah, I know. It's not good to announce yourself like that, but still. But yeah, like I said, things are finally starting to open up, guys and gals. We are, again, rainy, but we're just about in the 40s already. Hopefully by next weekend, we'll be over this rain crap just a little bit, and have a real good investigation at the Van Buren Museum, and then at the end of the month, more Performing Arts Center. I'm looking so forward to that one. I wish we could have got the new equipment before the Morris. Finances are just too tight. I would love to have a parapod and stuff like that, only because of the size of the place. Luckily we have, we've got the laptop now. We have one camera with night vision on it. As huge as I can't express the size of this place. I mean, this is almost a full city block in South Bend. I think there's 6 or 7 different rooms, counting the granite and marble front entryway with the huge pillars and stuff in it, the marble staircases that go up. I mean, this is like high class. This is 6.675 stars, guys, and I can't express the honor we feel as a group being the very first to investigate this place. I was hoping to get some more night vision cameras to hook up to the computer we could put in different areas, possibly a parapod, but we're still going to make it work. Santee, it's a funny story. I can't count myself as start, not quite the same. Well, no, because you got to be good at it to be counted as one of those. Oh, let me see here. What else is popping up here? Oh, okay. More tiki-takas and things like that. These things probably wouldn't be so bad if they weren't 120s. And I didn't have to cut the whole frickin' filter off of them to be able to taste them. And they were menthol. And they were cigars. So what's everybody got planned for this weekend? What's the weather going to be like in your area? What have you got planned for this weekend? They don't really taste like paper a lot, KG. They've just got that. They've got that bitter, nicotine-y taste that, people that don't smoke regular tobacco notice right off the bat. I mean, they've got that plain smoky taste to them. But then again, I've said for a long time too, I don't smoke for the nicotine. I smoke for the mint flavor, which is why I always smoke menthol. I like to have that flavor, and just, you know, if I want to inhale smoke, I'll go camping and stop moving my chair when the smoke comes at me. I mean, that's pretty much what it tastes like. Just smoke. Kind of reminds me when I was little, when we could burn our leaves in the fall. Dad would set the leaves on fire. Me and my sister would ride our bikes through the burning leaf piles, get all covered with smoke and everything. And yep, not to mention, you know, sending burning leaves flying down the road, stuff like that. Oh, to be little again and not have to worry about the ramifications of your actions. Everybody's quiet this morning. Why is everybody quiet? Y'all can't tell me you're still asleep. I know some of you guys been up for hours already, just like me. Still here, huh? Apparently nobody has anything planned this weekend. Wow. There'll be a lot of bored people sitting around the house this weekend. Hmm. Well, the really cool thing about my doctor's visit on Wednesday was I am still losing weight. I am down a whole pound from where I was a month ago. Actually, a pound and a half. I just don't deal in halves. So I'm down a whole pound from where I was a month ago. So apparently my diet of cigars, generic cookies, and salad is working. I might have to start some new diet craze. Fry up some hamburger, cook up some chicken, whatever you like, build a salad, and then follow it up with generic cookies for dessert. You'll lose weight. Why is my picture so bad this morning? What is this thing set on? No, it's set on 720. Huh, weird. Man, why is everyone so quiet this morning? I'm used to you guys talking in here. I hope Rusty hurries up with his chores and comes back in here for Today in History. I know the chat it just stopped. Nobody's talking. For those of you that didn't get a chance to watch the premiere on Wednesday night, I'm happy for you. It sucked. I don't know why. I was talking to Santee yesterday during the day, and for some reason, not only did I have a huge issue encoding. For those of you that aren't content creators, pre-uploading. That is, the encoding is when you, hey, what? Good to see you, bud. The encoding process is when you're done editing on your editing app, you basically will save the video to your phone and then begin the uploading process onto the platform. And it all started off with me having issues encoding. And then when I went to upload, normally what it will do is it will upload the video and then it will process the video and then it becomes able to be viewed, or the premiere is set at that time. And for some reason, when I uploaded after 3 hours of trying to encode it, I finally got it encoded. I went to upload it and it uploaded and processed at the same time and then froze at 95% complete. But then I looked at the computer and it showed it already on and set for the premiere. But when we premiered it, the part that I done that had me at the beginning and the end, the sound was fine. The body of the video, however, sat there and crackled and popped the whole time they were talking, and that really kind of it inhibited, how you could hear the video. So the second the premiere was over, I erased it and uploaded another video yesterday morning, which came out wonderful. So I guess we'll just have to start keeping the videos a little bit shorter. That seems to be the issue. Doing the videos that have a lot of information in them, we seem to have issues with the encoding and the uploading process. So I made the announcement on Wednesday evening that I had my doctor's appointment on Wednesday, told them about some of my concerns with the blood clot and it breaking up and moving through my lungs and everything. And I told them how it was proceeding. And they decided to keep me on the Xarelto because the Coumadin, which is another blood thinner, takes it's a more dangerous drug. It takes blood tests every few days, every couple days, to make sure that your numbers are all fine and stuff like that. But if your numbers go whoppajam in between those blood tests and you're at home, it can be very detrimental to your health. So they decided to keep me on the Xarelto. The only problem is my insurance don't cover Xarelto. So if I cannot get on the sliding scale, that's almost $1,000 a month. It's $989 and change a month for the Xarelto. So I'm going to have to break that promise that I made to slow down and be more concerned about my health, not being in here as much, sitting, working on things, because I can't produce the videos and stuff that I need to properly grow the channel if I'm more concerned with myself and my health and stuff like that. It's not going to balance out. I'm not going to be able to keep the channel going if I'm getting up and leaving and stuff, constantly taking several days off a week, things like that. So I'm just going to have to bite the bullet on it and just really start pumping out the videos and the live streams and the investigations and stuff like that. We're already almost at the 4,000 watch hours, guys. We are just a couple hundred hours away from breaking that 4,000 watch hours already. However, you know, you look at the you look at the subscriber list here. We're at what, 382 subscribers right now. You have to be at 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours before you can get monetized again. So I have got to put my nose to the grindstone and figure out how we're going to get the other 618 subscribers, so we can try to get the channel remonetized and start pulling in an income again. How long does it take for blood clot to dissipate completely? They are talking about 6 months. 6 months to dissolve the blood clot enough that the blood flow through that artery will be moving at a proper rate, but I'll have to be on the blood thinners for the rest of my life, probably. Only because of being diabetic and already having a blood clot, it opens the possibility up to reoccurring blood clots in different locations. And I lucked out. I lucked out for my very first blood clot. It was in an artery that did not go to my brain. It did not go to my heart. So that really alleviated the problem with a stroke or a heart attack or something. It goes up through my lungs instead. The doctor at the hospital described it as, think of that artery as an interstate. The only off ramps from that interstate pass through the right lung and then into the left lung. They don't go to the brain. They don't go to the heart. So that alleviates that fear of death. The blood clot could go to your brain. There's plenty of room for it up there. That's very true, and that's exactly what I told them. They told me, they said, if it was in the other artery in your leg, it could very possibly go to your brain. And my wife, being the loving individual she is, she said, well, the blood clot would be awful lonely up there. The doctor looked over at her, then looked at me. I said, she's my wife. She knows. They're pretty much all like vacant housing up there. That blood clot could go up there and live. So blood clot, well, y'all got to go get ready. I'll let you know. All right, Ty. Sounds good, bud. Let me know how it goes and everything. I'll be here all day. So, yeah, I understand, KG. My health is more important I think I can still work things out. I've just got to split things up between my sedentary time and my mobile time. That's going to be the hardest thing. Tyler, Santee, the guys in here that really know me well know that when I start working on a video, I don't like to stop until it is ready to encode and ready to upload. That way it alleviates the possibility of any problems. So buena suerte. I forgot I was saying something earlier about finding Family Guy clips and stuff to do history videos on. And I found one about Arizona. And it made me laugh, and then it made me think of Santee right off the bat, because you guys know he lives at Tucson. He's down in the southern part of the state. They were up in the tower, the immigration guys, the border patrol. They were up in the tower. They were holding their automatic rifles, and the Hispanic maid towards the Mexican border, and all of a sudden they started shooting at her, and the one guy stopped and said, "Oh wait, she's running to the border," and the other guy said, "Yeah, but it's Arizona here, it don't matter." And I'm like, holy crap. Candy said she's trying to talk in here, but her comments are not showing up. They were earlier. I don't know why they're not showing up now. Let me come back up here where she was at last time. Message report, remove, timeout, hide user, remove moderator. There's no reason I can see that her comments wouldn't be showing up. She's not blocked or anything. Tell her to refresh or restart her computer, because I see no reason whatsoever why her comments should not be showing up in here. I'm big into Latino women. I thought for a second he said I'm into big Latino women. Yes, sometimes I wonder why we even bother to have a wall. Big Latino women. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought he said too. I'm into big Latino women. Then again, you know, I've never been that guy to be into little teeny tiny scrawny women. I like my women to be a little bit on the healthy side, only because if I'm going to wrestle with them, I want them to have as good a chance of beating me as I do beating them. So I like healthy women. My mom always told me never trust a skinny cook. So if I'm gonna have somebody cooking meals for me, I want them to show that they have eaten their own food. Maybe this summer when I can get back to grilling and stuff again, I'll start getting a little healthier again. Oh my God! Speaking of grilling, when the wife went shopping last month, she found a deal on these pork ribs. They were like $1.79 a pound, or that buy three get three free, or something like that. And she picked up a bunch of those. She actually didn't get chicken this month. Thank God, we're so sick of chicken. She picked up ground beef and she picked up these pork ribs. Didn't pick up pork loins, didn't pick up chicken. Thank God. But she made some of these pork ribs last night. And I make my own barbecue sauce. I won't go into the ingredients because I make it from scratch. But it's a barbecue sauce that I learned to make that I started making when I lived in Texas. And I normally only make it for grilling, but she wanted me to make this stuff for the pork ribs last night. And I forgot how good this stuff was. It's got just the slightest little bit of bite to it, but other than that, it is a sweet, very, very savory barbecue sauce. And I mixed it up yesterday, and I took it to her and I said, "Here, stick your finger in that. Tell me what you think. And she, poked her pinky finger in it, put it on her tongue. She said, "I wish there was a way you could bottle and sell this stuff." She said, "I really honestly think that is your calling right there, is your homemade barbecue sauce." So I've got to try to figure out how some of these guys, on here make their own hot sauce or stuff like that, to find out how hard it is and what I have to do to mix up my own barbecue sauce. Hey, Jan, good morning. Hope you're doing good this morning. Hey, Tony. Drew, you don't look good. Feel okay. Put in gold bracelet in. Oh, yeah, the angel wing thing. Have fun with that, Santy. I look forward to that one tomorrow, bud. Bill with wings. That's going to be kind of cool. Bill as an angel is going to be kind of cool. Yeah, Tony. I mean, I had a real rough night last night. Physically, I feel fine, but I was, for some reason, awake every 2 hours last night. And I finally got up at 3 o'clock this morning, and I've been downing coffee all morning long, trying to no, I don't need a walk-in bathtub. Trying to get myself up and motivated and everything. I've been sitting in here just neither here nor there, I guess, is the best way to put it, ever since 3 o'clock. But other than that, yeah, I feel amazing. Um, I've been up, moving around the house, trying not to wake everybody up. Of course, you know, the wife's up and gone already, but we do tend to pee. And see, that's just it. It wasn't even me getting up to use the bathroom. It's like I went to bed at like 9:30. I woke up at like 11:38, and I'm like, man, I feel great. I'm ready to start the day. And I looked at the clock on the TV, which, you know, we have a Roku TV, so you have the clock that bounces around the screen as a screensaver. And I'm like, holy crap, it's not even midnight. So I forced myself to lay back down, and then at like between 1 and 1:30, I woke up and the wife was awake even. And she looked terrible because she had to get in bed, or had to get up for work this morning. But even she was awake. And I got up, walked around a little bit, looked out the windows, made sure both outside lights were flipped on, made sure Grandma locked both doors, checked on my daughter. She was passed out asleep. Kitties were passed out. Don't know what woke us up, but I crawled back in bed again. And then just a few minutes after 3, I woke up, and that's when I finally used the bathroom, was a few minutes after 3. And I thought, third time being up, time to stay up. I came in here and caught up on all the messages and stuff from from our group chat and stuff on Messenger, and watched some videos, got some ideas for another video and stuff. So busy morning already. Been to the grocery, Tractor Supply for chicken feed. Got to keep them chickies fat. We do tend to pee a lot more as we get old. Oh, I know. I have those nights, man, when I spend more time standing in front of the toilet than I do laying my head on a pillow. Believe me, I know. One more stop for dog food and call it a day. There you go. Submit you will. You sure she didn't do one of those if you can't sleep? No, believe me. I ask her, you know, with my never-ending sense of humor that I try to constantly expel out into the atmosphere. I asked her, I said, did you just put my pillow over my face? And she just kind of looked at me and she's like, no, because if I just tried to put your pillow over your face, you think you waking up is going to make me move it? I'm going to keep laying on it on top of your face. It's like, dang, okay. I'm glad you're going to work here in a couple of hours because you're a biatch. She just kind of looked at me and her mouth fell open and she started grinning, and she's like, why if you woke up would I stop trying to suffocate you? I mean, that's just going to be even more proof that what I'm doing is working. When you stop kicking and screaming, then I know it's working. If you're asleep, it's hard to tell if you've quit breathing or not. Oh well. It's all right. Oh, goodness gracious sakes. Man, it is 8 minutes till 9. These morning streams, you just never know how they're going to go. Is it going to be a quick moving stream? Is it going to be a slow moving stream? Every day's a surprise. Safety cigarettes. I can see where that could cause some trepidation to sleeping. Nah, I mean, all in all, I guess if you really seriously think about it, I got five hours of sleep, which is about normal for me. So I guess it's going to be just an average day. Of course, it's extra hard on her. It's extra hard on her because it's her Monday. So she's been off for 2 days. She's not had to go to sleep at any certain time. She's not had to get up at any certain time. I felt bad for her because, it's her Monday. Tuesday is technically her Friday. So she goes from going to bed, taking her pills at a certain time of an evening so she can go to sleep, having her alarm set, to not happen to get up again. Hey, good luck getting everybody else to talk, Tony. Good luck with that, because I have been trying to get people to talk for a while. And if you look back up there through the chat, you got KG, you got Jan, you got you. Nobody else wants to talk this morning. Of course, I'm waiting on Rusty to get done with his morning chores to come in here and do Today in History, because I'm starting to dry out a little bit, and this coffee is not doing anything to wet my whistle. Oh, let me see here. Google Photos 2 years ago. God, that was a chunk. Had a chance to get back down to the homestead, Tony. Check things out, hang around a bit, walk some of your trails. I got no problem with the useless babble. Well, then it's no wonder you love this show, because that's all it is useless babbling. I think this folds down. That should fold up. Hey, look at that. No, I have 2 vehicles that need work. Oh, no. Not vehicles that need work. That's never good. That is never good. I just ordered $500 in parts for my truck. Oh, man. Damn. For the Suburban? Very, very true. Very true. No car payments are always nice. She, more junk email. Nope. She was telling me this morning. She said, I didn't think taking on Another car payment was going to suck so bad. I said, well, you know, anybody who takes on an additional $300 being jerked out of a paycheck is going to suck. So yeah, no, we ordered that 500 a month ago, but the same. Jeez. Well, the nice thing about it is, you know, once you get the part replaced and everything, then you're going to have, or once you get the parts replaced, then, you know, you'll have two fine running cars again. So all the moving stuff in the front end. Wow. Man, I'm glad I don't got to worry about that stuff. Always wanted to work in auto mechanics, wanted to be just like the old man, but you know, he can never say that I didn't listen. When I told him, I've told you guys this before, when I told him I wanted to be just like him, I wanted to be a mechanic, he told me, get a real effing job. He says, no, you don't. So if it's pre-1980, I can work on it. If it's after 1980, 1982, 83, I won't even try. I'm glad I have running vehicles these days. Certain parts are getting harder to find. Good morning, Bubba News. Good to see you this morning. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. Oh, hell, I forgot to cut the filter off of it. There we go. Now we're back to the taste of smoke. You would think so, but I replaced the half shafts on my truck last fall, and the anti-sway bar end link broke, destroyed the half shaft. Jesus Christ. Wow. I'm still a Rain-X guy over all these years. Well, you'd fit in real good up here in this part of the country right now then. Well, here we are. We have the makings for another really pretty day here in the state, temperature wise, but it's raining again. So welcome to spring in the state of Michigan. Have your scuba gear handy. Glub, glub, glub. But I'll be honest with you, it's like I said last week, this time last year, you know, we had 6 inches of snow on the ground. Fell the second week of April last year. And then by the third week of May, we were having 50-degree nights and mid 60-degree days. So I take it. I take it. Your Noel told me what you said. Not cool. About what, Nate? Because I've never said anything bad to Noel about anyone. So you got that spit and snow stuff coming tonight. Oh, wonderful. That's exactly what I need is spit and snow. Say we're just a skip away from 40 right now. Temperature keeps going up. So at a fair. Yeah, it would have to be a troll. I mean, I know Nate, and I haven't talked to Noel since he would Outlaw Gaming would own you at gaming. I don't game, so I've not been to a casino in 6 months. So that's the only thing I do is go to the casino where my wife works at. That's the only gaming I do. At a fair amount. Yeah, I know Noel left YouTube. I still have him on Instagram and Messenger on occasion. He'll hit me up on Messenger, but usually usually he'll hit me up on Instagram. Had a fair amount of stuff for Suburban left over from the old truck I used to have. Oh, okay, that's cool. You guys are like us, it seems. Temps going up and down. Yep, that's exactly what it is, brother. That's exactly what it is. We've had some pretty good temps. Up in the 60s, almost 70 degrees already. And then boom, right back down in the 30s and stuff. So let's see here. Good morning, Triple B. Good to see you this morning. Happy Friday. It's not what your dad said. Good comeback, KG. Good comeback. Nope. You guys know how I am. That's why I blocked it. I don't mind trolls coming in and playing and stuff like that. People do as people do. I don't hold anything against anyone until they start being mean. Then it's time to go bye-bye. Oh, really? I'm waiting for them. My dad can kick your dad. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I need to collect eggs. Ah, I wish the wife would let me have chickens. We just we don't believe in caging them. We like to let them free roam, and our town, our piece of land here in town just is not big enough for the little buggers to roam right. We would save so much money as much as we eat eggs, bake with eggs, make deviled eggs. I make Scottish eggs, hard boiled eggs. If she let me have chickens, man, I would never be without an egg. I'm waiting for the my dad can kick your dad's ass. We need a Nate again. Come on, Nate. calling Nate again. I'll tell you somebody that I've not seen on YouTube in a while, and that's Kenneth's Kentucky Fam. Does anybody here ever see Kenneth on YouTube anymore? Hey, the way I look at it, as long as they're just in here playing and having fun and stuff like that, I don't bitch or complain. When they come in here and they start insulting women, being socially unacceptable, things like that, then yeah, I get completely and fully against it. Then they're going to try to make it illegal to grow your own backyard chickens and eggs with this avian bird flu again. They're talking Ontario first, 7 Canadian provinces, 25 states with the flu. I've not heard anything about it, Bubba. I've not heard a single thing about the new avian flu down here in Michigan. And I am on the news and stuff daily, checking stuff out. No, me and him are not talking. Long story. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, there's Rusty starting off today in history. 1730, congregation Shereth Israel opens first North American synagogue in New York City on Mill Street in Lower Manhattan. 1766, first fire escape patented, wicker basket on a pulley and chain. Yeah, that seems real healthy. I'm lowering this burning basket with my children in it down to the street. Can somebody help them, please? 17, I'm going to need masks, shots, and boosters for chickens. Sounds like it. 1808, Roman Catholic Diocese of Baltimore promoted to an archdiocese by Pope Pius VI, with the founding of the Diocese of New York, Philadelphia, Boston, and Bardstown, now Louisville. If it hadn't hit meat blocks here in the U.S. yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it. Doggone, these YouTube's up again this morning. Let's see here. 1838, steamship Great Western makes her maiden voyage from Bristol, England to New York. 1861, a U.S. Mint at Dahlonega, Georgia, seized by Confederacy. Michigan hit, no doubt. They're trying to keep it quiet. Bald eagles dead in Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota. That part alone. Yeah, really? Oh, my God. Yeah, I've not heard anything about it. I'm going to have to look into that here in a little bit. 1862, John D. Lynn patents aerosol dispenser. 1864, Battle of Mansfield, Louisiana. Federals routed by General Richard Taylor. 1869, American Museum of Natural History opens in New York City. Yeah, killed or culled almost 24 million chickens and turkeys since February. Wow. I read you, I work on my 78 Firebird, but forget this crap today. Exactly. Exactly. My 78 had an Olds 400 in it. And basically, it looked like a big block 350. And God, that thing ran like a scared rabbit. My God. 1879, milk sold in glass bottles for the first time. Morning, Caucasian. Not a lot so far. Rusty actually just got started with today in history. We just pretty much been BSing in here ever since, or before that, talking about whatever popped up. 1893, the Critic reports that ice cream soda is America's favorite drink. One of my favorite drinks. 1904, New York City changes the name of Longacre Square to Times Square in honor of New York Times move to the area. I had a Chevy engine in mind. Yeah, they came with the Chevy 350. They came with the Olds 400. And according to a mechanic that I ran into at the time, Chevy actually made a big block 350 for like 2 years, and it didn't go over. So they quit producing it. But he said that the big block 350 could use either Oldsmobile 400 components or Chevy 350 components. But yeah, mine ran the big Olds 400. That thing was a screamer. 1910, first race at the Playa del Rey Motordome near Los Angeles begins. First U.S. auto race speedway. 1913, 17th Amendment to the United States Constitution is ratified by Congress, providing for election of senators by popular vote. For root beer floats. I love root beer floats. Oh man, I love root beer floats. I mean, you can do a lot of really fun stuff with a milkshake or an ice cream shake or something like that. You know, whipped cream, sprinkles, different flavored sauces and stuff, but still like root beer. 1914, U.S. and Colombia sign a treaty concerning Panama Canal Zone. Yeah, see, I had never heard of a big block, but he swears up and down that Chevy made a big block 350 for just a couple years and then stopped. So I have no clue how true that is, or if that was just a nickname that was given to it. I have no idea. 1935, Bela Bartok's fifth string quartet premieres in Washington, D.C. A 396. It's temperamental as a cat. I can see that. 1935, Works Progress Administration approved by Congress. I'd heard about a big block 302, but never saw one. Huh. Interesting. It premiered 1938, Walter Piston's First Symphony in E. Premieres in Boston by the Boston Symphony, conducted by the composer. Interesting. I was meant to go in a race series that Ford's Boss 302 is in. Wow. Very cool. I don't know. Engines that any of my cars had was the 289 and the Fairlane, the 400 and the Firebird, and the 429 and the LTD. So, and that 429, I'll tell you what, if you stuck that into a mid-size car, it'd probably twist that thing in half, because I had that LTD up to over 100 miles an hour. And y'all remember what the early 70s LTDs are like. Those things were land yachts. But yeah, you stuck that 429 into a little car like a Mustang or something like that, it'd probably twist it in half. But yeah, my Fairlane had the 289, and that was a nice engine too. I used to race my cousin in his Camaro with my 289, and I told you guys, when I used to, like partake of, Slurpee when I was in high school. My friend that's now a police officer had a Barracuda, and we used to race my Fairlane and his Barracuda back from where we partook on Saturday evenings with all of our friends, almost 9 miles down the highway at 2 o'clock in the morning, going 100 plus mile an hour. So let me see here. 1943, U.S. President Franklin Roosevelt, in an attempt to check inflation, freezes wages, prices, and prohibits workers from changing jobs. I read somewhere Big Block 350 is a 454 block with heavy sleeves. That's very possible. That's very possible. Oops. I don't know if it's accurate, but 1946, League of Nations assembles for the first time. 289 was a monster. I love that car. I wish I still had it. Was reading, didn't hear what you said about what Big Block. 1947, largest recorded sunspot ever observed at 40 times the diameter of Earth. 1948, Son Nakagawa and Nyogen Senzaki meet in San Francisco. I had a 69 Marquis with 429. It would do over 120 in second gear. 1950, Miss Liberty closes at Imperial Theater, New York City after 308 performances. Was it a police package? Mine wasn't. Is there a manufactured 350 Big Block? I've heard of them, but never seen one. Yeah, I have no clue. I don't know. (1952), U.S. President Harry Truman seizes steel mills to avert a strike. 1956, 6 Marine recruits drowned during an exercise at Paradise Island, South Carolina. 1960, U.S. Senate passes Civil Rights Bill with measures against discriminatory voting practices. 1966, OAO, 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 OAO. OAO-1, first orbiting astronomical observatory launched. I was 17 at the time, didn't have the gas money to get into third. 1966, Time publishes its Is God Dead issue, its first issue without an image. (1968) 40th Academy Awards postponed to April 10th due to death of Martin Luther King. Really sad. Why is it always the promoters of peace that can never find peace? 1968, Major League Baseball decides to postpone opening day because of the assassination of civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. You know, it's really sad, and I've given a lot of thought to Dr. King over the last couple years. He promoted equality like there was no tomorrow. And I think if he would have lived until today and seen some of the things going on in this country, like BLM and stuff like that, based on how he acted in the 60s, I really honestly believe he would probably call them outlaws. Only because he was the first to promote the fact that everyone was equal, everyone's lives mattered, everyone's rights mattered. Them saying things like everyone's life matters until Black Lives Matters is not possible. Everyone's lives matter should be your top priority. (1968) WKPI TV Channel 22 in Pikeville, Kentucky begins broadcasting. 1968, gangsters Henry Hill and Jimmy Burke commit the Air France robbery, stealing $420,000 from cargo terminal at New York City's JFK International Airport. Is this America, peace through superior firepower? Sadly. 1970, Senate rejects Nixon's nomination of Judge G. Harold Carswell to the U.S. Supreme Court. 1971, first legal off-track betting system begins. 1974, Discovery Island opens at Walt Disney World, Florida. There were the Black Panthers back in King's Day. I remember the Black Panthers being on TV in the 70s when I was little. The news used to cover them wearing their red berets, their white t-shirts, and their camouflage pants, walking around Indianapolis. And I remember seeing them treating everyone equal. They were the first ones the first time I ever seen a vigil, and I'm going to use this term loosely, and I apologize if there's anybody in here who is associated with the Panthers, past, present, whatever. But they were the first non-law enforcement group that I ever seen stop a robbery by an African-American man. They were the first African-American group I ever seen stop a robbery by an African-American man, by another African-American man, and hold them until local law enforcement arrived. They showed that right on the news. And that's where my initial understanding that everybody's life mattered growing up, where my non-prejudiced and non-racial side started to form, was watching them on the news, working with law enforcement, helping to make the streets a little safer. 1979, 205th and final episode of All in the Family, followed by Archie Bunker's Place for 4 seasons. Back when television was television and the censor said, screw it. 1983, in front of a live audience of 20 tourists, David Copperfield makes the Statue of Liberty disappear. I remember seeing that. 1984, U.S. Census Bureau estimates rank Los Angeles is the second most populated city, displacing Chicago, which held a position since 1890. New York City still remains the top. They were pretty militant in the early days. 1986, Clint Eastwood elected mayor of Carmel, California. Makes his day. I bet it did. 1990, Aspects of Love opens at Broadhurst Theater, New York City for 377 performances. 1990, Twin Peaks created by David Lynch and starring Kyle MacLachlan, premieres on ABC TV. Twin Peaks also had, what was her name? Sherilyn Fenn, I think was her name. After seeing her in Playboy, I know where they got the title for that show. Just saying. But, you know, getting back up there to the David Copperfield thing in 1983, I remember watching all of his specials on television. And, you know, it was really funny because my mom was always the one to say, it's camera tricks, it's camera tricks, it's camera tricks. I actually went to the Murrah Theater in Indianapolis back in like 2001 and seen David Copperfield live. And his stage show, what you see on stage live is no different than what you see on television. It was not camera tricks. He is, and still remains today, probably one of the best illusionists that has ever or will ever be. I always thought Twin Peaks title was inspired by Anatomy. It was Sherilyn Fenn's Anatomy. 1991, Michael Landon announces he has inoperable cancer of the pancreas. Landon's hot daughter plays Teeter on Yellowstone. Teeter is hot. Daughter, son-in-law are in Pittsburgh for the pit race. They are co-owners of an MR2. Put a Camry engine in the car and it kicks butt. Hope I don't jinx them. Well, good luck to the daughter and the son-in-law for the pit race. Hope their car, their driver, and everything works well for them while they're there for that. (1991) Oakland A's Stadium becomes first outdoor arena in USA to ban smoking. Well, that's all I can say to that. 1993 STS-56 Discovery launches into orbit. I remember the Association of American Magicians. Really? I had no clue that you I had no clue that you dabbled in the magical arts, Rusty. So Rusty is an illusion, I guess. Illusion too. 1994, Darryl Strawberry enters Betty Ford Clinic. 1994, smoking banned in Pentagon and all U.S. military bases. And see, this is where the stress with the military started right there. Can't take away a man's nicotine like that. And you won't let him leave base to smoke. So, not exactly a good situation. 1997, Microsoft releases Internet Explorer 4 Beta. Nope, ain't got nothing. 1997, STS-83 Columbia 22 lands. (2019) U.S. Marines are killed when a V-22 Osprey tilt rotor aircraft crashes in Marana, Arizona. I seem to remember that. I remember thinking that the Osprey is not a it's not one of those planes that crashed very often, because of the Osprey guys are the ones that, when the plane's sitting there, the props are pointing forward, then the wings and everything tilt, and it lifts off the ground like a helicopter. And then when it gets up to the elevation that they want it at, the wings slowly start to move down, and the whole thing tilts forward and flies until the props are directly out in front of it again. It can also fly as a helicopter, and the props can stay straight up in the air, and they just don't usually crash. So that one there, I remember that really sticking out in my mind a lot. I might have beta tested that. That's very possible. I did some of the beta testing on 98. Oh, wow. Very cool. And suffered the damned. Microsoft ME. You know, I remember the turn of the new millennium, having Microsoft Millennium. And to me, that I always liked that Microsoft better than any other one. ME was god awful from the start. See, I liked Microsoft Millennium. I thought it was probably one of the best that they ever had. I never had issues with Millennium, and I loved everything that it did. All the Microsoft Office programs and stuff that came on it always worked great. Never had an issue with Millennium. As a kid and through secondary school, I was into doing tricks, but that was them. I'm still a member. I think I haven't done anything in years. Oh, wow. Okay. You learn something new about people all the time. I had no clue, Rusty. That's very cool. I see. I liked XP too. I don't think I ever used Windows 7. I don't think I ever used Windows 7. 2004, U.S. National Security Advisor Condoleezza Rice testifies for the 9/11 Commission. All right, guys. I thought I could make it. I can't. I need to run to the outhouse. Proceed, and I will catch up when I get back. Seven is like 10 without the resource hogging extra BS. Okay. 2016 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees: Chicago Cheap Trick, Deep Purple, Steve Miller, and NWA. I remember them. 2019. 2019, 600 million birds die each year in the U.S. after striking tall buildings, with Chicago the worst city according to Cornell Lab of Ornithology. 2019, record 17 feet invasive Burmese python pregnant with 73 eggs captured in Florida's Big Cypress National Preserve. Burmese python, 17 feet. 2019, actress Allison Mack pleads guilty to sex trafficking charges with her involvement in a sex cult, NXIVM. Oh, Chicago gets its fair share of birds with stray gunfire. You're right, you're right. 2020, Bernie Sanders drops out of Democratic race for U.S. president. Poor Bernie. Poor Bernie. um, 2021 U.S. Joe Biden says gun violence in this country is an epidemic as he unveils package of executive actions, including restrictions on ghost guns. 2021, Dr. Anthony Fauci thanks American health workers for their sacrifice during the pandemic, acknowledging their more than 3,600 deaths. There's a question for you. What's your favorite or bucket list firearm? If I had to pick a modern firearm that I would absolutely positively love to have, I'm afraid that I would have to go back to the 70s and 80s, guys, and go with the M16 military issue, only because I love that gun. I love that gun. I would absolutely positively love to have an M16 rifle. I'm sorry, I just can't wholeheartedly, I can't wholeheartedly call it an M16A1 assault rifle, only because I believe the M16 was a better defensive rifle than an offensive rifle. I just can't, yeah. Ghost guns, boo. Oh yeah, yeah. Mine hands down Winchester 9422. I don't know. I guess if it could be any firearm, I would love to have my Colt revolving rifle. But as for modern guns, I would have to go with my M16. I would love to have my M16 back. Of all the guns I've ever owned, the 9422 is the only one that I lose sleep over selling. Now, see, if we're talking guns that we've shot before that we wish we still had, it would have been my dad's Chrome 7 shooter that he picked up at White Sands, New Mexico when he was down there for his training. Him and the guys went into Mexico during off time one time, and he picked up a Mexican sling. Beautiful detailed Mexican sling, and that Chrome 7 shooter. It was a 22, but it was a beautiful gun, and you could fan the hammer on it. It was balanced. It was a beautiful gun, and I wish he still had it. Sadly enough, he gave it to my uncle in South Carolina, and then when my uncle passed away, I think my cousin got it. So I have no clue, honestly, where that gun's at anymore, but I would love to have it. There's a few I'd like. Colt Anaconda, Smith & Wesson 460. I'm waiting on delivery of an 1873 frame receiver, 4440 barrel. Very nice. The way I look at it, one of these days I'll be rich and I will get my Colt revolving rifle, and I'll be a happy camper. It'll go out and it'll do Civil War, and it'll go out and it'll do Indian Wars. It'll do my cowboy era. I'll be a happy little feller. Single action Army clone. Pot's getting empty. Hey, Drew. Good to see you, honey. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Blood clots all dissipating, and I'm still having pain, you know, from the blood clot breaking up and everything. But other than that, I'm doing very well. Doing great. The 7-shooter. I don't think it was a clone. Uh, to be honest with you, I really honestly don't know what the damn thing was. I remember seeing it from the time that I was knee high to a cricket, hanging up there in the gun case in the holster. And when I got old enough to shoot, we took the 22 bolt action that my grandfather bought me when I was born, and we used to go out and shoot beer cans and stuff in the field. And the old man brought that 7-shooter out, and he had to tap a couple more holes in the belt to get it to sit on me just right. But that's where I learned a quick draw. God, he used to yell at me for spinning that gun, throwing it up in the air and catching it. And it's probably why he gave it to my uncle, because he didn't want me to shoot myself in the armpit or something with it. But yes, I do remember it resembling single action army, late 1870s, early 1880s. Beautiful gun, and man, did it shine like a mirror. Love that gun. I think that was the very first gun I actually fell in love with when I was like 10 or 11 years old. I should say 22 Colt 73 is it? Yeah. Now see, that actually, yeah, that sounds a lot closer to it, Tony. So I went to the range. A fella had a Desert Eagle there. I shot off one round. Took 2 hours to get the smile off my face. It's one big old pistol made by badass Hebrews. Never got to shoot a Desert Eagle. I've seen them shot. Yeah, they can polish a gun. That is for sure. How's things over in Scotland, Drew? I know we've not talked for a while. I've been kind of pulling myself back away from extra time online, trying to get my my health back up to par and stuff like that. So I've not been watching a lot of videos lately. If I'm not making a video or doing a live stream, I'm usually not even online. So I've been missing out on all the Bald and Bonkers and stuff like that. But $4,500 I'm forced to warrant. Yeah. I don't blame you for that. $4,500 is a lot of money to pay. The missus would kill the shit out of me. See, that's what I love about my wife. She always tells me, you know, if the money's coming in and the bills are caught up and we're not wanting or needing for anything, I don't care what you buy. But if there's other things that's more important, that's beneficial to the family that we could do with that money, then yeah, I'd probably put you in your grave with it. So yeah, I can see that. I mean, getting ready to move, get the new house set up down on the new property, her getting ready to retire. Yeah, I could see her killing the shit out of you. I really could. Especially for a gun that don't work worth shit. And the nickel plated Colt 45. Wow. Who knows? Maybe if I ever make it back down to South Carolina again to visit family, maybe, just maybe, I can I can get that gun that in that holster back. But who knows? Who knows? I have a pair of nickel plated Uberti 1875 Outlaws. See, I'd love to have a set of matching pistols to do the cowboy shoots and stuff with. Um, I've even gone as far as looking into the blank shooters just to be able to go out and do the reenactments and stuff with. But yeah, to have an actual pair of matching pistols, um, that'd be pretty cool. Those would actually be my everyday carries. Yeah, they'd be my everyday carries. I'd strap the holster on and have one sitting on each hip every time I left the house. Now, see, the Vaqueros are the ones I've always heard a lot about. I think that's what Santee has, is Vaqueros. But Uberti, oh yeah, oh yeah. You ain't no po' boy teeth. The Outlaws are prettier, but the Vaqueros better balanced. Yeah, I was starting to say I don't think it's the fact that he's not a po' boy. I think he probably found a good deal on him, and that's the only reason his wife didn't kill the shit out of him with him. Be my guess. When I retired, there was a fair settlement from okay, there we go. I sold my old house. Yeah, that damn spell check. Oh. But I'm glad you were able to dold your old house. Oh, look at that. We're down to about a minute and a half. Rusty swooped in at the right time and knocked out that last half, biggest part of that last half of this morning. I paid every payment. So the missus said all the money was mine, but for $3,000 she needed. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. We paid off second mortgage, some bills, then got my Harley Davidson. Yep. I've always come to find out the best way to not get killed is to make sure and give them a little something, something too. That way they can take care of the things they need. And they tend to turn a blind eye on occasion when we go out and do something like buying guns. Which, a lot of women don't understand the fact. I hear them all the time saying, don't you have enough guns? And I'm usually the first one to speak up and say, what is enough guns? Never seen enough guns. We just refinanced, getting the bills paid off. Always smart. So one trip to the gun store, 4,700 later, and then 2,400 visit a year later. Yep, guys, it is that time. It is time for me to be like a fat baby and head out. Time for me to be like a tree and leave. Time for me to be like a bunch of birds and get the flock out of here. Don't forget, 7 o'clock tonight, Eastern Standard Time, I am going to have Cassie and Molly from Oracles and Beyond as our guest on here. I got to get with them here in just a little bit and find out if they want to do some card readings tonight. See what we're going to talk about. So, hey, you just never know. So you guys all have a great Friday. Hope to see you all here tonight to make our guests feel welcome. But until then, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I do. We'll catch you all tonight. Have a good day.